Green. He was wide. It's good. Bob Helen now is 14 of 20. And for the first time, the Cardinals of Mentor take a 1-point lead, 7-6. What do you think of Ohio football, Rob?
I think it's something special, I'll tell you. It definitely is.
Yeah, Chad Green has really put up some impressive numbers so far this year. You saw his speed. He went to a tryout camp with the Kansas City Royals as a baseball player. He ran 100th of a second slower than Bo Jackson did in the 60, and he ran from home to first in the same time that Bo Jackson has done. And let's take a look at Mr. Green, what he has done in a couple of games, comparing them to Pepe's yardage in a couple of games. He averaged 17 yards against Maple Heights. He averaged 11 yards a carry against Rush. Chad Green has almost a 9-yard per carry average. And boy, does he have that explosive speed, 4.5 speed right up the gut there. Euclid didn't know what hit him. Boom.
I'll tell you what, you look at the first quarter stats and you wonder how Mentor could be on top, 7-6. They had no first downs, only one pass attempted. They only gained 5 yards on the ground, except for that last run here in the start of the second quarter.
Well, actually 2 plays, Mike. The nice return.
Yeah.
And then the play there by Green.
From the 30-yard line. That was Rashawn Jernigan again on the carry. First quarter stats, look at no first downs, 3 for Euclid, arrived, only 5 yards rushing. 51 yards passing, though, for Euclid. Time of possession, 2-to-1 ratio.
It's those 2 big plays.
Euclid takes over from their own 31. First down. Half a minute gone by here in the second quarter. Mentor on top by 1 point, 7-6. Option play, pitches back to Pepe. Pepe slipping tackles, what an effort, and second effort, unbelievable. Jason Cottrell, the linebacker, wearing number 1, matching Pepe's number, finally brought him down after a big gain.
You know, when a lot of the scouts come in and take a look at these kids, they wonder what's their legit speed. There's no questioning Pepe's 4.4 speed, because this is a kid who was 5th in the state last year in the 100 meters down in Columbus. So we know what kind of speed he has, and that was as a sophomore. So this year, he could be one of the contenders for the 100-meter crown in Ohio.
Another first down for the Panthers. They give it again to Pepe. And a flag. And a fumble.
They give the ball to Mentor.
Kirschbaum hit Pepe, caused the fumble, and it is recovered, and a big break for the Cardinals.
Flag must have been against Euclid. Yep, and they declined it. They'll take the ball.
First break now for Euclid, or for Mentor.
You know, Mike and Ron, last year when Euclid beat Mentor handily, Mentor had a couple of their guards that were not able to play in that game, and they played some undersized kids. They couldn't control the line of scrimmage. They're much bigger and stronger this year. They're able to control the line a little bit better. And as we mentioned, a year ago they could not generate anything offensively. This year they got a very good defense, and they have someone like Green who can strike you real fast.
Again, the I formation with Green in the deep man. He gets the call again. Goes outside! And he's wrestled down as he gets into Euclid territory. Wrestling him down was Kevin Bremer.
Green just trying to catch the corner, but a nice job coming up to make the stop on Bremer's part.
5-yard pickup for Green. It's a 2nd and 5. Line of scrimmage now the 47 of Euclid. Pitch back to Chad Green. He cuts inside beautifully. That's something you just can't teach. He's got a feel for the game.
He's got a very natural feel, something that I personally know nothing about, but he's very, very fluid, and you can tell he likes to pick and choose, but he knows when to turn it on.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're being modest because in high school you were a prep school All-American.
Well, you know, I didn't actually, I couldn't run down to first base as fast as Bo Jackson, though. Okay.
Yeah,
But you ran over people.
Well, no, I didn't exactly. That's you know, like that was back when I
you were a
thought I
little
was.
scooter.
Yeah, I was.
Weren't you?
Yeah, I
More of a
wanted to be
scoot back.
O.J. Simpson. You know, pitch me the ball in the corner, let me run to the sideline.
You're a little scooter. I'll show you a young gentleman who certainly would like to be a part of this game tonight. This is Isaac Bonner, outstanding linebacker for Euclid. It seems he has a congenital problem. His vertebrae are not spaced properly, so anytime he gets hit in the shoulders, there's a fear of an injury to the neck, or losing the feeling in your hands and what have you. So he only played a few ball games. He is out. He's not able to play the rest of this year, and they really miss his hitting ability on the linebacking core. He hopes to get stronger and try to play next year, but right now I'm sure he's got that longing look on the sidelines, wanting to be a part of this football game. Isaac Bonner of the Panthers.
Kirschbaum is coming across the field and talks to Tom Banks. He's a little upset about something, and I'm not sure what it is. It could be the phones, but that's not a problem. If one phone doesn't work, then neither team can operate with phones from the coaches up here in the press box.
Boy, this is beautiful. That's something you don't see very often, huh?
I haven't
Two
seen it
coaches
here.
right out on the in the middle of the field here.
Tom seems to be shaking his head. Tom
Tom probably had something to do with it and found out Kirschbaum's onto him.
I don't know, maybe John can read lips. Can you read lips, John?
I've listened a little bit here. They're having a problem with the intercom system, as you alluded to. And apparently, when Menor is trying to talk, so you see one of the assistant coaches trying to talk up to the booth, one of the Euclid coaches, their talk is overlapping on the Menor headset. So I just saw, you saw Tom Bank down there saying, is there an electrician in the house? Let's see if we can get this thing, this problem fixed up. But right now, you want both teams to be able to to be able to hear their set of signals from the booth, and if anything's overlapping, I don't want to talk. Is Robert Ludlum here by any chance? Is he writing a novel? No, we don't want any of that.
No, I'll tell you, they're separate lines. I don't see how they could.
We're back to action,
but
no matter what it is.
Action with 9:24 to go here in the first half. A back snap from center, picked up by Beatty. Beatty throws it. Looks a flag. It could be an interference call. It was a completed pass from Beatty, I think, to Boyle.
Looked like Brian Peoples might have been all over the receiver. Let's take a look and hear the call. That's Adam Reichman, number 32, talking to the referee.
I'll tell you, mistakes by one of the teams can cost them the game. It is going to be that close a game. And they're clapping their hands, the players from Euclid. So apparently it's going to be called against Menor, I doubt. Well, it's going to be a call against Menor. An eligible receiver downfield. They back it up all the way to the 49-yard line of Euclid.
Did not begin well and did not end well as well. This is Beatty. Good job of just picking up the ball with Reichman chasing after him. Gets the ball off. And it looked like Peoples was all over the intended receiver. Did we see the lineman 68 howling downfield?
Well, it was supposed to be a run play, and he was probably blocking his guy 5 yards downfield and looked up and saw the ball in the air.
Third down and 7 to go for Menor. Rolling out. Just a little bit wide, incomplete. The intended receiver was
well, when he rolls right, he's usually looking for his tight end, Boyle. Let's check and see if he's the intended. Look at Reichman, almost gets to his man.
Yeah, Jason Beatty's mother was standing on her feet on that one.
So now it's a fourth down, punting situation for Menor. Jason Beatty, the quarterback, will kick. And it gets rolled out of bounds at about the 24. So Euclid will take over from that point with 9 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the first half, and Euclid down by a point. Well, Kirschbaum's wearing his headset, so apparently everything's been resolved.
The miracle electrician has come in and fixed out the problem there. Long way to pay dirt here, gang.
Hand off to Pepe. No room. Picks up a very tough yard. And Ozog and Gadero in on the stop. There's a good look at Pepe Pearson. 1,326 yards, a junior. He'll be back in a 2-year starter.
Yeah, they had someone at Euclid High School that could run the football pretty good a few years ago, and Robert Smith, and Pepe's just kind of following that tradition.
Yes.
That tailback that can really show you the explosive speed.
Fake handoff. And completion to the 35. Great completion to Adam Reitman, who's filling in for Mario Hall.
Good job of play faking, and the Mentor coaches said worry about the fullback coming across the field to the sideline, and that they had a man right there, pretty good coverage, just a nice pass. That's Adam Reichman, the senior 175-pounder.
That was excellent coverage. Kevin Bremer, the end, splits to the far side.
Saw Adam's helmet there. Looked like he got nicked by one of the Cardinals. A little bit of red on it.
He's happy about that, too, I'll guarantee you.
Jernigan in motion. He gets the handoff. Picks his way, and he's caught by the ankle and brought down. Craig Orsa caught him and held on until the rest of the troops converged.
You know, guys, when you get that much paint on your helmet, I'm telling you, he's he's over on the sideline showing all his buddies. How do you think I got that, huh? Laying the wood to somebody.
8-minute mark. 2nd and 7. Second quarter. Euclid with the ball and down by a point. Again, a single setback. In motion again, Jernigan. Jernigan again gets the call, and he's caught in the backfield for a loss. Number 51, Craig Orsag, made the second hit. I think it was Gadero who made the first hit. See if we can see.
Mr. Luoma.
It was Chris
Luoma. Well, a lot of his tackles behind the line of scrimmage have been in situations, he's an outstanding football player, have been in situations where he really wasn't blocked because he went into a spot that was vacated by a lineman. Good job of knifing in there by Chris.
3rd and 8. Oh! Incomplete. Intended that one for Jernigan, and he wanted an interference call. If anyone interfered, he did.
Well, let's watch this.
Are entitled to the ball.
It really looks like both kids are just going for the football. There's no penalty that should go against Chad Green of Mentor. They're both going for the ball.
Two great athletes.
Outstanding.
Yursich now is 2 of 4 for a total of 21 yards. It's going to bring a 4th and 8 in a punting situation. Kevin Bremer, who does a little bit of everything for this ball club, is going to be punting. Green and Putney are back deep. And it's going to be a great kick. And it takes a roll. Oh, my!
No! One of the fundamental errors in football, right? One of the fundamental errors. The ball's on the ground, and the kid wanted a touchdown instead of the football. Get the football first and worry about everything else later.
Boy, Green had a sigh of relief. He was out of the play until the other kid tried to get it from Euclid and pushed it right into his arms.
I'm not surprised there's a lot of fumbles and what have you in this game. They had the JV game yesterday,
There it is.
and there were a lot of fumbles in that game, too.
Boy,
Dodge
somebody
the
up
ball
there
lit.
likes him, huh? Line of scrimmage is the 9. Mentor with the ball and a 1-point lead. And they give it to Chad Green. And he crosses the 10 to about the 12 or 13-yard line. That'll be a 3-yard pickup. Clock showing 6:20 remaining in the half. There's Yursich.
Boy, that was some punt before.
It sure was. 2nd and 7 now for the Cardinals. They've got their 1-point lead. Number 5, is Jason McGow, 150-pound senior, who is the wide receiver to the far side. This is the pitch back to Green. The one thing about Chad Green, he's got such great speed. You have the angle, and it's not enough.
Well, you saw the sideline there. The coach is giving some grief to Sparky Burkett. He's the Panther back, the defensive back or linebacker of the Panthers. He's not supposed to let that play get there to that spot. And I'm sure that's what he caught some grief for.
I'm sure that the Euclid coaches have been working very, very hard this week on the perimeter and keeping the perimeter contained. In that play, they didn't do it, and it hurt them.
Vince Stool was the one who forced him out of bounds, but not until he picked up a big first down. And he gets the call again. Puts his head down and picks up maybe 2. 5:40 to go in the quarter. Eric Cantini in on the stop. Now Green with 9 carries and 78 yards, and we still have a half of a quarter remaining here in the first half.
He's got that huge yards per carry average like he does, that gaudy average he has in almost every game. I will tell you after this play how this series has gone with these two teams in recent games.
Great rivalry.
Really is.
Not long in tradition, but great rivalry. Rolling out, Beatty. Brian Boyle.
There were bodies flying all over there. I thought Euclid had an interception on that play. Euclid almost had a sack.
I'll tell you, this has got all the drama of anything that you can write in Hollywood.
But I can't write in Hollywood, so we'll...
No, but you can go there.
We're talking about this rivalry. 4 of the last 6 games these two teams have played have been decided by a touchdown or less.
So another first down, the line of scrimmage, the 42. This drive started on Mentor's own 9. Pitch back to Green. Makes that Putney. Putney crosses the 45. They're giving Green a breather on the sidelines, and Bill Putney, who's carried the ball 85 times, the backup quarterback running back, averaging a little over 7 yards a carry, total of 617 yards with 11 TDs. Boy, that's depth.
They really do. They've piled up so many points this year offensively. They've had the opportunity to play a lot of their second stringers, and their second string is very strong at Mentor.
Putney is 6'2", and he's got the clean uniform. And the completion to Green. Another first down as the Cardinals cross the 45 of Euclid, and Vince Stool in on the stop.
Remember, this is a running football team, but they're using the pass very judiciously, very nicely, in mixing things up and keeping those Panthers, you know, they've got to respect the line of scrimmage in Green. They don't want to get torched by them because it happened once. And then, of course, they use Green all over the field, but they're able to move the ball down the field. Green taking a breather there on the sideline.
And this again is Putney. And he fights for yardage and is stopped at the 40. There's about a 3-yard pickup, and Reichman and Jordan in there to stop the 6'2", 190-pound junior. So the clock now showing 3:37. A 2nd and 8 for Mentor. The line of scrimmage is the Euclid 40.
Well, so far it's been the 2 big plays by Mentor. The return that set up the drive, and then that bomb that Green took off on 55 yards. Gone.
Beatty on the play action. Beatty's doing a job.
Much to the chagrin of his mother, I'll guarantee you, because there's about 3 times in this game where she's had to be standing up just screaming, throw it, throw it.
Reichman, watch him. From his linebacker spot, reads and then knows he's going out. Nearly gets the sack here. Reichman talking about how Euclid needs a little bit more motivation this year. A year ago, they had that court case that motivated them week after week. This year, they really have to suck it up and get motivated each week to win their games.
So close to a first down. They've got a 3rd and a couple. Pitch back to Green. Green gets the first down. Great effort, the 175-pound senior.
Well, you look at that offensive line. We're looking at a offensive line, a 225-pounder at center. You've got 235, 230, 230, 215. And it's a stronger offensive line than they have had in other years. That's from their weight training program. So they're able to move that line of scrimmage a little bit.
And the thing is that Euclid has got some big people backing up. They have more depth, I think, on the offensive line than Euclid does.
Hey, Sam.
That's Mr. Pearson. The eyes of a great athlete.
Come on, defense!
Line the scrimmage is the 32 of Mentor. And another first down. 2:15 to go. First half. Green now with 80 yards on 10 carries. Pitch back to Putney. He runs into his own man, and he loses a couple of yards. Back to about the 34.
They'll be using a little bleach on that uniform now. You thought he'd keep it clean for a while, Mike. I guess that's not going to be the case. Of course, no one's going to escape tonight without having the uniforms going to the launderers, that's for sure.
With 1:43 remaining, Coach Kirschbaum is not calling a timeout. He's got a 2nd and 11 now. Power eye. This is Mr. Wolfley's specialty. But they give him a counter play. And that is Don Pastore, the wide receiver. And Scott Jordan brings him down.
Boy, what a ultimate athlete this kid can be for you. I mean, he's one of the sprinters on the track team, runs a 10-900 meters. He's caught a few balls, 18 catches for about 6 yards a catch this year for Mentor, and they've really used the passing game nicely tonight to keep him off balance.
Yeah, the old scissors play there. Interesting enough, they've been faking that action a lot tonight, bringing Pastore across, and some, you know, there they gave it to him, but other times they fake it to him and roll out to that side, and they obviously thought they'd catch Euclid a bit off guard there by giving him the ball.
Well, timeout has been called by Mentor, stopping the clock with 1:10 remaining. When we get back to action, it'll be a 3rd and 9 at halftime. The Fighting Cardinals marching band will be here to entertain you. And after that will be the Euclid High School Panther Band. So stay with us. Great halftime show.
Well, let's put Tom Bank in the position that Coach Zolchek was of Twinsburg a week ago when we did Twinsburg and Kenston. Kenston was going down the field trying to get a touchdown near the end of the half, which really would give them momentum going into the second. And Twinsburg stopped him, and that was really a key time. This is also key for Euclid. They do not want to let Mentor get into the end zone or get any points now before the end of the half.
Well, they got 3rd and long for Mentor.
Mr. Green is going to throw.
And he throws it. He's got... It's going to be interference against Euclid. Number 9 you're looking at is Brandon Bigham, the junior cornerback. Here it is again. See if you call the interference. Official was right there. Good mechanics.
Right at the last second, he just kind of pulls him down. He's got him. Looks like they're holding hands almost.
Well, it's another angle. Instant replay.
And Brandon just tripped into his man.
But again, they don't get the ball. Would have been inside the 5. High school, that's a 15-yarder from the original line of scrimmage, and they have a first down. So now with 1:04 on the clock, deep into Euclid territory, they've got a first down from the 16, and they've got an excellent field goal kicker. His longest this year, I think, has been 32 or 27, one of the two. Great catch by Don Pastore. He comes into this game with 12 receptions, almost 14 yards a catch, and 1 TD.
You know, Euclid probably comes into this game and says, we dare you to throw. We just dare you to throw. And Mentor, their quarterback, after a year of playing at the position, has really gotten some nice seasoning, has done a nice job, and he's doing a great job here tonight. They are now just 6 yards away from getting a little bit of control in this football game.
Well, they've got a 1st and goal with the nose of the ball touching the 5. Clock showing 41 seconds.